My name is Dave Roby, and this is Eric Shreve. We want to talk to you and share a little bit about the operations dashboard that we've put together. But first, I want to thank Esri, and I want to thank Juvari, because what you're going to see 2 years ago, we couldn't even spell GIS. So this is going to be a little journey on how we got to where we are. And again, I want to thank our partners. So who are we? Our mission is to support and provide military emergency capabilities for the people of Arizona and the nation. We do that through this concept that we've adopted and embraced, the whole community. Whole community is getting our people, getting everybody together and sharing and collaborating and working through the issues.
And you can see that it kind of highlights the nervous system that was highlighted this morning. The concept kind of plays the same from DEMA's strategic standpoint of how we connect with the whole community, being from private sector, county, local, federal, all of that, and that's how we apply it to our process.
So back in the day when this journey started, again, we couldn't spell GIS. We didn't even know what it was. We knew and we thought it was maps. Everything was about maps. Everybody talks about maps. I need a map. So conversation started, need a map. Well, then we'd get these maps and we'd start working on them on a table in a room, in a truck or whatever, and you start compiling the information based on the maps and the information you had. So down in the left corner there, we'd start putting together recommendations, needs, requirements, what are we gonna do? And then we'd put together the recommendations that go out to the field, to the people, to the state. And on the right-hand side, we would update that information with sticky notes, notepads, change wind direction on the cute little map there on the right. And then we'd start the whole thing over again, because the thing you don't understand about the situation is, as soon as you understand the situation changes. We built this and started thinking, how do we do this? So when it's a bad day in Arizona, we like to open up the SERP. How many of you have a state emergency response recovery plan? You gotta have a plan, right? So when it's a bad day, you break out the plan, you start engaging your partners, you engage the whole community based on that emergency response recovery plan, and you start figuring out how to compile that data. Remember, our goal was to get away from that table and start dynamically representing and visualizing what's happening in the state as it's happening.
And as Dave said, we were trying to find a solution that would get away from the process of PDF reports, narrative, static information that just by the time it was updated, it was out of date. So utilizing the operations dashboards as well as the story map concept, we basically tied the two web applications together to make more of a dynamic process. So for updating, a fire, a flood, you name it, and keeping executive staff informed, giving that dynamic information, those are the two kind of contributing applications that we deployed to kind of help our situational awareness process. So another powerful tool that we've brought to the table is WebEOC. Just show of hands, how many people are familiar with WebEOC? I mean, pretty popular tool for emergency management. So they have a connector built in that allows non-GIS users to update information pertaining to shelters, road closures, county status, event reporting, you name it. So utilizing that tool, the WebEOC ArcGIS Online Connector, we were able to kind of augment and streamline the data process for allowing non-GIS users to update information. And the significance of it was that it took the reliance of having that one GIS guy or one GIS person to be updating that information. You're more of enabling your users to become kind of deputized GISers so they can start updating information on their own. And this is kind of a diagram that we put together, our team, that kind of paints the picture of the streamlined process. So data obviously at the top, and then WebEOC is our board ICS forms, and then PDF reports, all that narrative that we were talking about before. Contributing that into an app, and then basically outputting it out as a dashboard, and then having the following types of leadership involved with information. This application is used by the governor daily for information reporting for fire mostly, and that gives them kind of that dynamic snapshot. And one of the real, use cases that we were able to provide for our organization in recent years was a winter snowstorm. Believe it or not, it does snow in Arizona. And basically the The event caused a regional incident response. Multiple counties, local entities, tribals created declarations. And having WebEOC as that information portal to cross over into a dashboard, streamline the information sharing. And I think the benefit that I saw was when a new individual was assigned to the EOC, a new positional role was created, and they wanted to know what the current situation was. They could just go into the EOC, look up on the display monitor and see that there's 43 shelters open, something of that nature, giving you that on-the-fly rapid assessment. So just kind of a quick snapshot of where we're gonna go. Obviously, being in emergency management, public safety, it needs to be mobile. So one of the directions from leadership that we're going is make everything mobile, so mobile dashboards.
So now what? Now what? What do you do? How do you start this thing? One of the things that we learned during this thing was get with your people, connect your people. And I want to tell you a story. And as I tell the story, just think about these 4 points right here. So we're up in Coconino County. It's up in northern Arizona. We're sitting on the 3rd floor of a building in an emergency operations center for a county. And we're talking about this operations dashboard and getting our county partners to get more involved. So as we were sitting there, we saw smoke out on the horizon. So out of the window, we're looking to the left, and everybody looks at each other and we go, what's that? Well, it's smoke. Well, where is that? Well, that's out by the airport. And we started to pull that information together. We brought up the dashboard, and immediately our county emergency manager realized that we had a prescribed fire, which is data, it's stuff that we receive from Department of Economic Security, Department of Economic Quality, and they have to permit prescribed burns. So that was data that was sitting in a server somewhere that nobody knew really what to do with it. And we said, hey, we can use that. Pulling that in, county manager got a call, and they wanted to know what that was. So the county emergency manager was able to tell him exactly what was happening, where was it, and what was going on. So the information flowed that fast right there as it was happening. And here's our question, here's our information.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.